Yes, hello, is this Mattel Toys? Yeah, it appears that you guys have sent me the wrong figure. I ordered a super colossal Giganotosaurus, and I ended up getting this, really, really tiny Giganotosaurus. I mean, look at this thing. You promised that the figure I'd be getting was 39 inches? I don't think this thing even gets close to that. What? What do you mean, point the camera up? What are you talking about? Okay, yes. Hey guys, it's Brayden here, and today we're taking a look at the Jurassic World Dominion Super Colossal Giganotosaurus. And like the other Super Colossals in the line, this thing is utterly massive. I don't think this is the largest of the Super Colossals I've reviewed. I think the Brachiosaurus and Apatosaurus both outsize it still, as they should. But it's big. It's definitely big. It is a big, big figure. Like I just mentioned on the box there, 39 inches. So, pretty large, pretty sizable figure here. And unfortunately, that's really the main point I can say in this figure's favor. Like the other Super Colossals, the figure is big, and that's basically the selling point for it, is its overall massive size. It's huge, and that's about it. Not a bad figure by any means, but it's just, other than being gigantic, it really can't do a whole lot. And if you don't have the Super Colossal Tyrannosaurus, it is going to be horribly out of scale with whatever T-Rex figure you're going to be using if you want to so recreate the scene from the end of Dominion. And spoilers for Dominion here, but there is no Super Colossal Therizinosaurus yet, so you can't really recreate the scene accurately because you're not going to be able to have a Therizinosaurus that can approach the size range of these two figures. Okay, so articulation-wise, this figure does actually have some, but not too much. Like the other Super Colossals, it's kind of brickish. The mouth can open. Actually, both the parts of the jaw are hinged. The upper jaw is hinged, as is the lower jaw, which means you can get something like this, or you can have a slightly more natural look like that, although that does give him a rather wicked underbite. It's also kind of difficult to get this guy's mouth open because of these teeth. There's no real good spot to get a grip on the mouth. I guess back there is your best bet, but even then that's a little tricky. The arms have minimal movement. Just basic stuff. The hands can actually be rotated. If you, no, you can't really get them into a pronated position, into a fully pronated, at least, position. These look pretty supinated, to say the least. Yes, I finally figured out what the opposite of pronated is. The legs have some movement as well, though, fair warning, at least on mine, these legs are extremely loose. When I was moving him to actually review him, one of the legs just flat out fell off. So be warned with that, because this guy can fall apart on a moment's notice if you're not careful. And then the tail, it can move. Not a whole lot, but it can. It is on a joint. I don't know how far you can actually move it without disconnecting it, because you did have to assemble this guy. This guy does require a bit of assembly, because you have to attach both the legs and the tail. So, there is that. But that's not actually all he can do. He does have one other gimmick associated with him, which is if we pop the mouth back open. Come on. Come on. We're gonna open wide and take our little mini Giga here, which the only reason I bought this mini, I bought a mini, not sure which one it would be, and then it ended up being a mini Giganotosaurus. How funny. And he just straight up swallowed it. Now don't worry, you can get it back. You don't need to buy another mini every single time you feed it one. I'm gonna have to put the camera down for this, but there's a little flap on his belly here. It does require a bit of force to actually get open, but if you open that up, you can barely see, you probably can't see it, I can, but you can see the little Giga's foot inside of the belly there. Although getting him out might be a little bit of an issue because my hands are so big. Yep, we're gonna have to shake you around a little bit. Oh, got him. Close you back up. And tiny Giga is free. By the way, this guy does have a single point of articulation, which is the mouth can open, but on him the joint feels exceptionally loose. Like, look at that. That looks disturbing. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to leave that alone. Overall, this figure is pretty decent. For a Super Colossal, it's not my favorite. I still think the Brachiosaurus is my favorite of the three that I own, but it's a close second. The Apatosaurus wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, but this guy's pretty good. However, that does leave you with the $60 asking price for this thing. Do you really want to spend 60 bucks on this guy? I think that's actually more expensive by only $10, but still, than the last two Super Colossals, I believe both were only around 50. So that comes down to that. If you really want to, if you aren't impressed by the size or the swallowing gimmick, then probably don't buy this guy. But if you're interested, like I was, then go ahead. This is actually only one of the 2 Gigas available right now. The other one is a slightly smaller one around the same scale as the Therizinosaurus, which wasn't out yet when I went to get this one. So if you're interested, go ahead and try to pick it up. If you're not really feeling this one, then you can easily skip this guy. Wait a minute. How did Mattel know where am I? Oh god, they're onto me. They're onto me!